Alright guys, the time has come. It's time to pack. Our family of 5 is heading on a 250-ish mile road trip from Charlotte, North Carolina to Hilton Head. And we got to get all of that in there. Let's get to it. Alright, I think we did it. Let's check it out a little closer. So here we go. Got all the essential gear. It's a little snug, but it fits, right? And then up front here. So there we go. All our feet up front. We are ready to go. Right there. There's a restaurant on the other side of that inn that we're going to walk over to and eat. So we're here. We made it. We're in Hilton Head. Had a great trip down. Everything went great. Supercharger stop in Santee, South Carolina was fantastic. We ate at a new restaurant we never even knew about right there at the Supercharger. Fantastic meal. It was great. Cool little place. The name escapes me. But anyway, autopilot was great all the way down. Everything's fantastic. Here's the house we're staying at. Everything's great. Got a nice pool in the back. So we get here and I get all the kids settled, get them all in their rooms and make sure their beds are all set and make sure their TVs work and their tablets. And so the kids are just chilling right now, kind of having some downtime before we start the day. And so anyway, so I get everybody settled. I come out here, get the car unpacked and everything, and I start looking around for an outlet so I can just, you know, get some overnight charging while we're here. And so everything's going fine. I find this nice little outlet here. So there's an outlet. There's the car. I don't know, what's that, like 30 feet? I've got like a 30-foot extension cord. So this week, I had a feeling I would need an extension cord. So I read online about the right gauge extension, the right gauge wire to get for an extension cord for charging a Tesla. Because, you know, I'm no electrician. I certainly don't want to start any fires. So did my research. This week I went to Lowe's and picked up this nice handy dandy extension cord. So there it is. Nice extension cord, right gauge wire. I'm all set up. But I had this sinking feeling, the sinking suspicion something just wasn't right. And I was right. You know what I did? I forgot my charge cord. I forgot my cord. It's sitting in the house right on the wall where it always sits. So now, not going to be able to charge up overnight. So we're in a little bit of a pickle, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I've got 170 miles on the car right now. Charlotte is about 250 miles away. Of course, there's a supercharger in Savannah. It's 28 miles away, so we can hit that one worst case resort. There's also the one in Santee, which is about 110 miles away. There's a couple destination level 2 chargers, destination chargers around town. So we're gonna hit some of those. I think the place we go to dinner tonight, there's one just up the road. So I'm gonna take the family, drop them off, take the car over, plug in, and walk the, you know, 400 or 500 yards over to the restaurant that we want to eat at. So it's going to be interesting to see how things go. I'm sure we'll manage. I'm sure we'll figure it out. But it's just, this is the one time I've had range anxiety since having the car. And it's simply because I forgot to bring the cable. If I hadn't have forgotten to bring the cable, it'd be no big deal. But now all of a sudden we got to plan a little bit around where I can plug in and where I can get a decent charge. So, whatever, you know, shit happens. And it certainly happened here, but we'll manage. Anyway, we're here, ready to have a good time. We're gonna, like I said, go out to dinner tonight. We're gonna spend some time in the pool tomorrow, head out to the beach, and have a great time despite my failure. Alright guys, so we just finished eating dinner here at Rockfish. Awesome restaurant. They provide these awesome Tesla high power wall chargers, basically the same version that you'd put in your garage. So we're charging. This has solved a lot of my range anxiety issues. I've added, I don't know if you can see in here, I've added about 40 miles of charge, which is fantastic. So sat down, ate dinner, added 40 miles of charge. We're a little over 200 miles of range. So range anxiety is gone. Range anxiety is gone. And this was cool. They put this thing on the on my windshield as we were out there. It's basically a note saying, hey, we're Rockfish and we're providing this charger. They realize people are going to charge here and not necessarily eat here, but they're just inviting you in. Awesome touch, awesome people, great restaurant. Would like to point out here, we got a little iced in scenario here where we got an ice car sitting here in front of a Tesla charger, but whatever. So anyway, awesome charger, fantastic restaurant. If you're in Hilton Head, South Carolina, I highly recommend it. This thing's putting out roughly 36 miles per hour of charge at 48 amps. So this has been a huge plus. I think we're going to hit one more place. We're going to go to Shelter Cove over, I don't know, today's Thursday. We're going to do that maybe Friday, Saturday, and walk around there for a little bit and charge up. I think with that we'll be more than okay. I still wish I'd remembered to put my stupid cable in the trunk, but I didn't. And but problem solved. I think we're in good shape now. All right, we just got back from dinner. Awesome dinner. Man, it sure would be nice to plug in my car right now with that handy dandy outlet. But nope. I forgot my cable. So there sits El Taco and all her beauty. She's going to sit there all night, starved of juice. It's all good. Like I said, we're up to about 205 miles of range. There's another charger in Shelter Cove. It's a Tesla high power wall charger. So we're gonna park there. It's kind of a resorty area, so we're gonna walk around there with the kids, probably on Saturday. I'd say by then we'll get it up to 250, 275, and then we'll be more than okay. So again, all right. So first full day into vacation here, and yeah, you know that lack of range anxiety I talked about last night. Well, that's fading away very, very quickly. You know, we had to do a little more driving than I anticipated today. The coffee machine in the house was broken this morning, so had to run out to Starbucks for a quick coffee run. That ate up a little bit of gas. I mean, we're talking little things. I mean, it's only like 3 or 4 miles up the road, right? But we did that. We had to drive to lunch today. Ended up driving around a little bit, looking for a few various things and getting things squared away with the family. So now we're back down into that 160 range of miles. And I'd like to get it back up to 200, in particular by the time we leave on Sunday morning. So we're going to go back to the same area that we ate at last night so I can hit that same charger. So we'll charge up and maybe walk around a little bit, drag it out, try to get a little extra miles on the car, and we'll see. Change of plans. The restaurant we went to last night, there was one Tesla charging, and that same ICE vehicle that was blocking the same port the day before was blocking it again today. It was actually in a different space, so I know it moved. So that's interesting. kind of frustrating, but again, mostly my fault. So, found another Tesla destination charger. I'm at Shelter Cove, and as you can see here, we are plugged in. I'm having to use the adapter. There's another Tesla over there that's using the actual Tesla charger, so they're going to get a little more juice or a little more speed than I am. I think we're charging at about 32 amps, and looks like we're getting about 19 miles per hour. So we're going to walk around Shelter Cove for a little bit, let it charge, maybe try to find some ice cream for the kids. So I'm thankful for the spot, but a little frustrated that plan A didn't work out. Gorgeous morning. Despite my anxiety woes. Try to get that solved later today. All right, so I was getting a little low on miles. Things were getting a little dicey. I was in the 130 mile range. So what I've decided to do is drive around and find a charger and then Uber back to the home where we're staying, hang out with the family there for 4-ish hours, come Uber back here, pick up the car, go pick them up, and we'll go to dinner tonight. Okay plan, except I drove around to 6 chargers and every single one of them were full. All of them had Teslas except for one, and that was at a place called Local Pie, which is a local pizza shop. And the Local Pie delivery car, which was a Nissan Leaf, was charging reasonable. So I did finally find an open charger here at the same place that we came to last night. So I'm going to let it charge here for 4 hours. I'm waiting on an Uber right now. Not the ideal scenario, but it was, you know, we were getting down into danger zone there, so I had to get a little creative and figure out something. So I think I got a solution. It's a little bit annoying. It's cutting into the vacation time with the family a little bit, but I got it. So she's charging up, pulling down about 31 miles per hour. So I should get roughly 120 miles, which will get me back up in the 250 range. We're going to dinner tonight at a restaurant that's 15 miles away from the house, so that'll take us back down to 220. Plus I got to get the car back home once I Uber back here, so that's another 5 miles. But let's just say we'll have 210 miles plus, which is more than enough for tomorrow morning when we need to head out, because the Santee charger is 111 miles away. So even with a fair amount of buffer so that we're not sweating bullets, we should be more than okay. The problem here, well, the real problem is that this dumbass right here forgot his cord. So that's the real problem. That's problem number one. But Hilton Head needs a little better charging infrastructure in order to make taking a Tesla here not problematic. It's a big tourist destination area. You got a Savannah supercharger, which, you know, by the way the crow flies, is only about 30 miles away, but when you drive there from Hilton Head, it's going to take you about 45 miles. So you got 90 miles round trip. So that's hardly worth it. And then you got the Santee supercharger, which is 111 miles away. So that's obviously not something you're going to hit while you're staying here. So, I mean, you could bring your cord if you stay at a house, or you could stay at a hotel that has some sort of charging set up. But even there, you're going to be fairly limited, because most of these places only have 1 or 2 at best. I got lucky here to find this one open. I was starting to lose hope there, and I was going to have to make that drive to Savannah. But other than missing out on some family time and having to do the Uber ride of shame here, I think I'm okay. Holy cow, it's hot. I'm sorry, it's hot. It's like, this is stupid hot. Anyway, so I think we're okay. My Uber should be here in about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna get back to the house, sit in the pool, grab a beer, relax for a few minutes, but I think we're out of the woods. All right, so I just Ubered back to Taco here, and car's been charging for almost 4 hours. Doing pretty good. I think we got, let's see, let's just take a look. I don't know how many miles we got. Let's see. We are up to 258. We put on 128 miles, so that'll work. I'm gonna probably let it sit here until we get up to 260. I've calculated it out. I've got 5 miles from here back, and then we got 10 miles each way to the restaurant we're going to, so call it 25 miles. So we'll definitely be in the 230 plus range when we head out tomorrow morning, which is perfect. So again, not necessarily ideal because I had to take some time away from the family, and you know, if we're talking cost of total travel here, I just wasted probably $30 on Uber trips back and forth to charge the car up. I of course didn't have to pay to charge because it's free at this charger, but anyway, I think I've solved the problem. And lesson learned, I guarantee you that will be the last time I ever forget to bring my charge cable. So crisis averted. I'm gonna go grab a beer and then drive back to the family, then we'll go out to eat. All right, so it's Sunday morning, about 7:45. We're gonna get out the door about 8:30 and get to the supercharger in Santee, South Carolina. It'll take us about 2 hours. As expected, we've got 234 miles of range on the car. It's right where I thought it would be, in that range somewhere. We're actually a little north of where I was hoping to be at a minimum, so we're good. It's 111 miles to Santee, so we'll be more than fine. And so we're gonna get packed up, we'll get on the road, and head home. So overall, I had a fantastic trip down in Hilton Head. All right, we made it to the Santee supercharger. Really horribly inefficient drive though. We used 170 miles for a 111 mile trip. So that's like, I don't know, mid 60-ish efficiency, which is pretty horrific. I've never seen it that low. So we did get a low pressure warning on 3 tires. We're around 37, 38 PSI. I'm gonna, and the highest one is at like 39. So I'm gonna pump them all up to 41. See if that makes a difference for the back half of the trip. I've got a little portable tire pressure or air compressor to get the tires pumped up. So I'm gonna get charging here. Alright, so we just got all the tires inflated to 41 PSI, so hopefully we'll be good. I haven't checked it on the inside yet. But just real quick, this is what I'm using. I bought this on Amazon. I'm not going to link it in the description. I don't do affiliate links, but you can Google it or look it up on Amazon. It's really awesome. It comes with a nice little, there's a power cord tucked in there, and then of course the connector to the tire, and it just plugs into the cigarette lighter. I don't know what the official term for that thing is, but the cigarette lighter in the center console. It's got a nice long cord, stretches to all tires. You set the PSI and you pump it right up. It's fantastic. All right, so we made it back home. A little more efficient on the second leg, but still not very efficient. I think we're in the mid 60 percentile efficiency on the way out, or on the first leg, and on the second leg we were probably only I don't know, like 75% efficient. So definitely not great, but maybe a little better. I don't know if tire pressure made a difference, but I'm guessing the biggest issue is that we're just completely loaded down. I mean, you can see we're getting ready to unpack here. I'm getting ready to unpack. So I'm guessing maybe it was the weight, but I'll monitor it over the next few days to see how we do. But anyway, great trip. We're back. Even with the little scare of leaving my cord, which is plugged in right there. cause for a little anxiety, but we were still able to have plenty of fun. So again, I'm going to look into getting another cord just to keep in the car so I don't have to worry about that in the future. And if I don't do that, then by God, I'll just have to remember to pack it every time we go. Anyway, great trip. Hilton Head was awesome. Until next time.